We're getting down to business. And our next speaker, Labor Rights. You and I know that he's the most hard-working Prime Minister Jamaica has ever seen. You and I know that he is the builder Labor Rights. I call him the most valuable player on the team Labor Rights. And I know he's taking us from poverty to prosperity Labor Rights. And Labor Rights, I know that the third term is loaded for the Jamaica Labour Party Labor Rights. And when the next general elections are called, Labor Rights, the Jamaica Labour Party will form government, and Andrew Holness will be our next Prime Minister. Labor Rights, put your hands together and help me right up to the next time. No matter who, our Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness.
Let me greet the official party on the platform, made up of various representatives of the party, ministers, MPs, councillors, deputy leader. But I want to greet your Energizer Bunny MP. And I want to commend her for putting on this wonderfully organized conference. It is reflective of the kind of organization that is necessary to win a seat. And I also want to commend you, the Central Manchester family, for the vibes, for the energy, for the interest. At 7 minutes past 10 on a Sunday. That you have all sat and listened and railed with great support when necessary. But that you are here, I don't take it for granted. So I want to thank you for your continued support for the Jamaica Labour Party. I am not assuming that it is only Labour Rights that are in this crowd. I'm sure there are those who have come to see what the Labour Party conference looks like. For the fraternity amongst the Labour Party family members, and there are those who are genuinely here to hear a message. What is the Labour Party about? So, if you fall in that category, I greet you well, and I welcome you to the Jamaica Labour Party. As I'm in the mode of greeting persons, I also want to greet a was also a line wire. Sally Portions, where is Sally? And I greet Sally because Sally made a valiant attempt at representing the scene and came very close. And before Sally, the last time the Jamaica Labour Party had the seat was from Sydney Beaumont in the 80s. The truth is that this seat has spent more time in the PNP column than it has in the Jamaica Labour Party. But your member of parliament, Rhoda Crawford, has done what some people would say would be the unthinkable. Welcome back, Sally. Your member of parliament, I don't know if they have a female name for David. But Rhoda and Canada is a biblical name as well. So, she slayed a giant. She slayed a giant. Now, having dispensed with the giant, the Herculean task now is to maintain the seat in the Jamaica Labour Party column. I can identify with that because in 1997, I too took a seat that was held by the PNP for many years before, and won that seat by the closest of margins with several elections and reruns. And now today I stand before you 27 years later. The message and lesson from that is that good representation, dedicated service, respect for the people, performance, humility, and a vision can move people from their previously held political perspectives to take on new political perspectives. In other words, some people say, I am a born so and so. Some people say, I'm born come to me, mother and my grandmother, a PNP or a Labour. But in the information age, in the age of reason, when people can see for themselves good performance, good representation, people can say, well, I am sure my grandmother and I am sure my mother understand why I have to switch from PNP to JNP. Because especially with our young people, they are looking for a better vision. They are looking for a better way. And for our elders, they are looking for someone who will care. They are looking for someone who will show respect. And from what I have seen here, and from what I have observed, it is clear that you have a representative that shows great care for all the people in the constituency, that shows respect to the people of the constituency. And by all accounts, she is a strong performer, addressing the issues that matter to you. So I have no doubt that though this is a competitive seat, that there are those who may be on the other side who cannot deny that Rhoda deserves a second term as the member of Parliament for Manchester South. And I am, from this turnout and from the enthusiasm of the workers of the Jamaica Labour Party, I am also confident that you, the people who form the constituency organization, the workers, the agents, the supporters, that you are also very much committed to ensuring that Rhoda Moy Crawford remains your Member of Parliament for Manchester. So, I like that one. So tonight, I want to address you on a couple of matters that I know are of concern to the people of Manchester generally, but specifically to central Manchester. First thing I want to discuss with you is this issue of the upsurge in crime and violence in your community. Generally, nationally, all crimes are going down. All major crimes are going down. Generally, murders are trending down, and we are at about a 20% reduction. First time we are seeing this in a little while. Nevertheless, there are persons who still hold the view that crime is out of control. And we can understand that because you're coming from a place where the crime rate was very high. Very high. But your government that you have elected since 2016 has more than tripled the budget and spend on national security. What we have spent on national security since 2016 surpasses the entire national security budget for the last 30 years. And that is what accounts for the persistent reduction in all major crimes and the reduction in murders. We have invested in transforming the police force, equipment, technology, training, systems. It's not perfect, but it is better now than under the PNP. We have also increased the number of policemen and women employed in the JCF. For the first time, the JCF is now almost at its establishment of 14,000 members. For the first time, we have cut the attrition rate. We used to have a situation where more police were leaving the force than entering. We have totally changed that. We have improved dramatically the recruitment standards into the police force. These things take some time before you are going to see all the benefits facing you when you are in the middle of Mandeville and you see two taximen and a policeman get into confrontation. We want to change that. We want to ensure that all the changes that we are making to the systems in the police force makes its way to the average policeman, the constable on the beat dealing with you, the citizen. And that is what we are working on, so that you feel like the police is on your side, that they respect you always in whatever happens. And at the same time, that when you get into a confrontation with the police, you have respect for the law. Hold on. Teach me and teach. Right now, we come for the people in mind. So, the breakdown in respect between citizen and the police did not happen overnight. It happened as a result of the introduction of PNP-ism into the culture of Jamaica. A breakdown of all systems, values, and respect for authority and institutions. That is PNP-ism. It is not going to be corrected overnight. But what you can be assured of, because when you come to sit here, it is not just wave flag and shower and jump up. You come here about the business of the country. And you are not just stakeholders, you are shareholders. You have a duty to make sure that when this platform presents itself to you, it makes sense and it talks sense, and when you go back home, you feel elevated in understanding, so that you can be a representative of the good message that emanates from here, and you can take that back into your community and say to your children who sometimes question the very reason why you leave your house to come to this meeting. So, when we tell you that you elected us, we deal with the economy, and we take the benefits from the economy, and we put it into the police force, and the army, and MOCA, and they are working, but they will not be able to correct what took decades to destroy in one term. But we are working, and we have started, and you can see the results. Day and night difference. When you look at the leadership of the police force, when they face the camera and when they speak to the public, totally different communication skills than what existed before. When you look at the police and how they are coordinated, how they are organized, totally different from how they were 10, 8 years ago. When you look at the operational strategies of the police, totally different. When you look at the communication strategies, totally different. You see, the PNP did everything to fight the use of states of public emergency to deal with Jamaica's exceptionally high crime and murder rate. Everything. Fight it. Because they see how effective it was. But you see, the mistake that they made was to believe that the Jamaica Labour Party and my administration was relying on states of public emergency. No. We were very clear that we use states of emergency when they are justified by high crime situations that pose a threat over and above what is ordinary to the people of a particular area. While they were busy trying to fight the states of public emergency, we were busy investing in our national security apparatus. We were busy strengthening our police, improving their investigative tactics, improving their intelligence gathering, improving their equipment, transport and communication, improving their infrastructure, including their police station, and paying them better than they were ever paid before in the history of Jamaica. So now, we come back here now to Mandeville. A place where, for most Jamaicans, we say that this is cool Mandeville, peaceful Mandeville, progressive Mandeville, where no crime, no death, people live good and neighborly with each other. But now, we see a certain type of crime emerging. A kind of crime that I can only say, why this look like PNPism. It just look like PNPism. And it's not me say so. It's them come out and defend it. It's them come out and defend it. They see certain crimes going on in this community, and then they come out and they defend that kind of crime. PNPism. Now, we as a government will never give any form of protection, succor, coverage to any criminality, criminal or criminal behavior. Nobody from my political party must come out and speak in support of any criminal. Criminality or criminal behavior. And I want to make that absolutely clear. Because that is the difference between us and them. They are not like us. They use whatever happens in the society, even if it is criminal, for their political benefit. And that, my friends, is PNPism. They embrace even criminality to make their political point for political benefit. And that is how PNPism has destroyed our society. And it is threatening to do so again, because we see their embrace of criminality, their defense of criminality. And that is why, my friends, they resist the states of public emergency because they are bent on defending and protecting criminals. So, we know what is behind the upsurge in crime and violence, particularly murders, in your lovely town and your lovely parish. And I've asked the police to give me a briefing on the situation here, and they have over 3 times now provided me with updates as to their strategies and plans. I'm not going to say too much on that. But what I have seen, and I'm sure you are seeing it, is that they are increasing their efforts here. You are seeing greater visibility of them. And they are having an impact. I have tasked them to ensure that as we enter into the festive season, that they even increase their presence more, increase their intelligence gathering, and that they be proactive in dealing with the lottery scammers and others who have taken up residence in this parish, believing that it is a safe haven for their activity. To ensure that those who are involved in those activities realize that Mandeville is not a safe place for them. So we have a plan which we are developing to ensure that as we go through the festive season, as we enter the Christmas season, that law-abiding, peaceful citizens are able to conduct their businesses in peace. And those of you whose business it is to keep your parties and entertainment, which I know is a big business, an important part of many of your livelihood, that you are not deprived of that because some criminal decide to drive up to your bar and open fire. When we say we are protecting the interests of all the citizens, we are protecting the interests of the bar patron, the bar owner, as well as the restaurant owner, the person who's selling the market, the homeowner, everybody. So we are not here saying that we will lock down every party and lock down every dance. But we have to be very strategic. If we pick up intelligence that this party and that party have a problem, then we have to act. And that is why I appeal, therefore, to the entertainment community. It is in your interest to cooperate with the police. It is in your interest to quietly, securely, and safely share information with the police so that your dance can keep. Exactly, my dear. Don't make the criminal them stop your breath. So, I hope I've explained to you what it is that this government is doing to deal with the crime situation. And I hope I'm giving you the assurance that the security forces are on top of the situation and will bring the crime rate down and keep you safe and secure, particularly as you go through the festive season, which is upon us. The last point I want to raise as we discuss the business of the country. Roads. As we drive across Jamaica, almost 50% of our roads are in a state of serious disrepair. I want you to know that your government is aware of this. The first thing that we have done towards addressing the problem is that we have conducted a serious assessment of all our roads. Before this, we did not have a comprehensive database of all our roads and their state of repair. In fact, we thought that we had about 22,000 kilometers of roadways. What we are recognizing so far is that we have 27,000 kilometers of roadways. And how do we know this? We not only look at the digital map and measure them, but we actually send out teams to go and drive those roadways, measure them, record the faults that we see on the road. So the first step in addressing these bad road conditions right across Jamaica is to do a comprehensive assessment. The next step is to put these roads on a grading system. And that process is now being undertaken. The third step is to establish a routine maintenance regimen for our roads. Now listen to me carefully. The maximum life of most roads would be about 15 years. But I want you for a moment to think about the road in your community. Any road, the road that you live on. When was that road built? Was it 15 years ago? Most of your roads, if not all of them, were built over 40, 50, 60 years ago. And generally, when you build a road for 15 years, if it is well engineered and it is a main road, you have to do routine maintenance. If a crack develops, you have to seal it. If you see a little pothole develop, you have to correct it. If you see the asphalt crumbling and cracking up, you have to take that out and patch it. And then ever so often, you have to take off the surface, they call it scarifying or milling it, and then resurface it. And if you do that 2 or 3 times in the 15 years, you could extend the life of the road from 15 years to maybe even 20 years, 25 years. How many times have you seen your road being rehabilitated and maintained in this way? Not many times. So the roads that we have in Jamaica, most of them have already exceeded their engineered useful life. And I want all Jamaicans to understand that once the road has passed its useful life, no matter what you do with it, no matter how much time you patch it, it's just going to break up back again. That is the situation that we have in Jamaica. I understand the frustration, because you don't want to hear what I am telling you, because when you drop in a pothole, no matter what explanation I give you, you vex, you want your road fixed. And some people get so frustrated to the point where they go and demonstrate, burn the road again. I'm saying to you, you don't need to do that to draw attention to your road. We are already aware of the situation with your roads. The big thing that we're going to do to solve the problem is to make substantial budget allocations to correct the decades of underinvestment in our local roads. And that is what the SPARK program is about. $40 billion. $40 billion. Go back and tell your neighbor, go back and tell your church sister, your co-worker. your family members, that the government of which you are a part, the first time in our history, is able to take money from the budget without borrowing. And make a substantial allocation to not just patching the road now, but to do the kind of rehabilitation that would extend the useful life of the road that currently runs past your house. Now $40 billion can't fix any road. It might be able to do between 8 and 10 roads per constituency. But most constituencies have between 100 and 150 roads. So you see, we're way off the mark to actually get to fixing all the roads. But what can you take from this? This government has actually started a program for sustainable rehabilitation of our local and community roads, when no other administration has undertaken that. Where we are now is that we have allocated the money, we have gone through the process of approval, and by the end of this month, we should be in a position to start the repairs to the roads which you have selected. You're going to see many of what I call the pain point roads, the roads that give you a problem. Those roads will begin repairs in earnest. So I ask you, the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party, to continue to support the party. And I thank you for your patience in this regard as it relates to roads. I want you to know that your concerns that you have voiced have not fallen on deaf ears. I want you to know that your concerns, which you voice to your MPs, which you call on the radio, which you join with the PNP and complain about, that your complaints are taken seriously, and that your government is responsible, and your government will make it right by roads. We will be the administration to fix the roads of Jamaica. Because believe me when I tell you, the road to development starts with a road. So my family of Central Manchester, you have been a very good class. I noticed some of you listening and nodding, not nodding off to sleep, but nodding in agreement at 10:42. And I know that you have got the message. The message on security, the message on roads, and the message as to why we must keep PNPism out of our country. And the most important message is that your member of parliament, Rhoda Crawford, has been a good MP, and we must do everything in our power to ensure that she remains the member of parliament for Manchester Central. God bless you. Love you, liberals.
Don't leave us yet. We have some announcement. The next time we gather in our green shirts, hats, carloads, bus loaded is Sunday the 24th of November, Grossport, 6 o'clock. We're heading to Kingston for the mother of all Jamaica Labour Party.
Lord Bishop, I want you to know, and I want you to know this. He's 31 years representing Northeast Manchester. The longest serving member of Parliament ever in the history of Manchester. 31 years. Winston Jones used to be qualified, but he's now the champion.
On labor rights, we still have some more food, we still have some more drink. So meet us on the outside. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you in your communities. How we now ease up now. A press will press gas. Straight to election day. Party anthem. Stand in position for the party anthem.
Thank you all for coming out, and may God bless you as you travel safely home. You have been a wonderful audience. May God bless you. One love. And remember, Lizzie is a funeral service for Lizzie. And remember to be in touch so that you can be reminded of the funeral service for one of our stalwart Lizzie. May God bless you. Keep safe, neighbor. Sure.